Well, that was awesome. I was recording and I didn't even record my mic after all that time. Alright, cool. Um, oh shit, I forgot. So yeah, you guys might be thinking, quadrant format. What are you guys gonna do with that? Well, we got one vertical line that's like a tier spot. It's top and bottom. Then you got the difficulty level, which is the horizontal part. How easy the class is, how hard the class is to use, how bottom tier and top tier of classes. So you can kind of see how this is kind of get going there. So yeah, obviously we're gonna start with runner, and of course runner, our boy is a meme. I mean, I just gotta say that for sure. Um, it kind of deserves its own separate category to be honest, because like it's kind of like why does this class exist kind of way. It's just that. So yeah, go ahead. Um, Now we got crossbow. Crossbow, just as hard as the running gun, or no, runner man. So I'm just gonna put it right there. Um, it's like shooting a crossbow is as hard than bringing a knife to a gunfight, and that's just facts. Um, so that's why I put it there. Um, so now we got rocket launcher. Um, it's not as hard. It has about 150, I think. Probably even less than that, maybe. It doesn't have 100 health, though, so I guess it's like more than 100. And that's a unique health pool, so that's pretty good. Um, has two rocket launchers, but two rockets in a rocket launcher, so that's cool. But even at that, it's still kind of questionable how you can really limit yourself in this class. Is this because like you only have like two rockets and you have like a secondary. I mean, you can use one rocket to shoot yourself up and then just shoot another one while you're in the air, just like shoot, boom. Okay, well, ain't that just cool? But the problem is though, you ran out all your rockets, and that one guy that just got splash damage, you're using a secondary. Well, how hard can it be to aim at the person? So you can see what I'm going there. It's kind of like bottom tier or more harder classes to use, only because of that. Um, Only because of their limited uses in combat. Especially the runner, because it has no weapon whatsoever, just using a knife. Um, so Philly is very self-explanatory. It's hard to use, but it's not as hard to use. It's kind of between top and bottom, only because there's one that is used in tournaments from like a 4v4 match one time, and it was used very well. So that just demonstrates how it can be used very well. So it's kind of like in a mid tier, but it's a bit hard to use. So that's cool. Yeah. Um. So now we got this one. This right here is M to the Izzo, the Cisco, kind of like that. The agent. Maybe then the Enkimbos. Who even uses them? I mean, I don't know if I would use them. You can't really aim with them. All you gotta do is just be like Rambo and just. You can't really aim at all. Then all you have to do is just slide hop. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to use, and that's why it's in a bit more of a bottom tier. Um, and it's not to say that the harder the class is, the more bottom tier it is. I can understand that some people might be good, very good at one class, and it's not really hard to them. it just really depends on the limited options that you have. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, like you go ahead, say that you're the one person, you're like the prophet of this one class, you know. Go ahead. Nobody can stop you. I'm so bad. I'm so bad, it's good. Alright. Um okay, well let's go to the top 3 classes. Number 1, Triggerman, very easy. Um Vincent, very easy as well. Anybody can tell why these are the top 3 classes. SMG, it's kind of like the brother of the the AR, um, sort of, but it's a bit more less, only because like fully autos in general are kind of easy to use, except for maybe um the LMG, because I mean sure I could probably put it here, like because like I said before, fully autos kind of easy to use. You can track them down while they're sliding. You know, that could be a very good point. So I might put it here, but still mid tier though, because, well, it can get destroyed very fast, and also you can destroy some of the classes very fast, like Hunter, um, the little Uzi, um, kind of like that. Uzi Vert, if you want to say. This one, not really hard to tell, although some people might say, 3 burst class, that must be a good class to use. If you don't count the fact that literally people with 1000 FPS can just literally slide back and forth. So yeah, it becomes difficult over time. I'll go to the 3 classes. This one, I think it's definitely, I would say, it's a bit of a tie between these class, the SMG and the semi-auto itself. Semi-auto is tie from that only because it's very good damage output because it's a semi-auto, and it has 90 health. So I'm like, okay, that's good. But then you got SMG, it's just like, and it's kind of bit on that top level. As for the underrated side, this can like kill in under about like 3 to 2 bursts, probably even 4 maybe, depending on the class that you're using, especially the hunted. When a hunter becomes the hunted, exactly. Um, so for all those punchlines I just been using, this one right here definitely is a punchline because this is this is the actual hunter. Like, just saying that right off top, because it's just a simple counter to the hunter, and I can't really get into too much detail with it, so I'm just gonna put it there for now. This one is probably higher in it than itself because it has 8 bullets. Probably even like below there. This one is 6 bullets. This one's 8, but who really gives a shit? It's really like between a tie between these both, especially this one. There's like an all 3 tie. Sniper. It's a real well balanced class, I would say, between the mid tier, and the difficulty itself can be really subjective between fully auto classes and burst rifle to rush down to pretty much almost any class you come across. You can either be very good at aiming, or you can be real shit at aiming just because you're using full autos all the time. And that's why you probably use fully autos because you know you're shit at aiming. And you just want to be able to use a class that's just easy. Um, but enough with that. Enough with that. Um, yeah, I just consider it to be very well balanced, and it's very subjective of how really difficult it is. Because um, at one case, it can be very difficult to really pick off your shots, but if you're really good at aiming, it might right, it may not really matter as much. So it's kind of like the yin and yang between like the good stuff and then the bad stuff. But the difficulty is all yours at that point. So that's why I considered the sniper to be kind of well balanced. Plus the fact that it has 60 health, the lowest health in the game is 60. Um, well, in public matches, but that's why it's a bit bummed here. But it's a little bit more on the top tier side because you know you know luckily enough you can one shot just about almost any class in the game, and that's why it's probably that. But yeah, sometimes it can, like I said before, the hunter becomes the hunted, and it can get really. So you're either or you actually be the one to really people over. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, happy New Year and bye. Yeah, I just drop it down. It's like it's dropping down my headphones is like dropping down the mic. I did it. It's like, ooh, I could have talked for hours, but I didn't want to. Like, I have OBS recording, and I was just like, oh man, I don't want to record that much. I just don't want to record that much. M to the zone. San Francisco.